And part of that is sort of getting understanding that if I've got myself a strategy, that doesn't mean necessarily everybody else has. So I need to exercise some empathy. I need to be very clear about being in contact. And this is where I talk about being, if we establish emotional intimacy, then I'm going to be aligned and in tune with those around me. So if they're having a hard time, I can help to support them in a sensible, realistic way. And part of that, I think, is crucial because all of us have different tolerances for things that are going to stress us and that are going to make us anxious. And out of those situations, depression may be a reaction, and we want to really avoid that. So in that context, number 9 is really about check in with people around you. How you doing? And just don't take, oh yeah, okay, for an answer. I've spoken about, the are you okay day. Asking the question, are you okay? And just getting the yes is a simple social formula. It actually means very little. Persist with the conversation. Check in and dig a little bit. Eventually most people will respond positively. Oh, well, not so good. This is coming up, that's coming up. The kids are a handful when I'm trying to work. And all sorts of things could come to the fore. It's not that you're supposed to have a solution to this. It's the mere process of having a meaningful conversation about what is going on for both of you in that situation. And then you can check in and go, I'm in this situation, what do you think? Oh, okay. So we can basically hear different points of view. Now that includes getting input from people who may not agree with you or where you don't agree with them. One of the things that I see in teams often is we have a tendency to want to create what I call homogeneous teams. That is, everyone's the same. So our bias in our culture is to look for extroverts who are optimists. Now, I actually want to have a balance. I'm looking for a pessimist as well because in the worst case scenario, I'm going to check in with him. Optimistic extroverts or extroverted optimists tend to live a little bit in the, land of fantasy. They're not necessarily reality-based. They always want to have the best case scenario. They usually talk about positive thinking. I get a bit antsy about that because I want to know what's realistic here. And if it's bad news, it's bad news, and we'll deal with that. I don't need a sugar-coated, whitewashed point of view because that is not going to help us deal with the future. It's not going to help me deal with the potential chaotic, catastrophic, or difficult circumstances. In most cases, most of it's not catastrophic. It can be, but then I need to look at what was my contribution to that. So being part of the psychological ninja is to be self-aware, flexible, adaptable, and working on your resilience. Now, in the next episode, I want to talk about dealing with emotions. This is a bit of an interesting topic because I keep seeing it come up. People talk about, I always make decisions, if it feels right. And that can work. I'm not saying it doesn't. But we need to understand what emotions are, where they come from, and how they impact on us. So stay tuned for the next episode. And until then, have a good week, and we'll check in with each other then. Take care.
Thank you for listening to Inspire Change with Gunter. Gunter Swoboda does individual and group coaching for men looking to grow. For more information on this and the global Making Good Men Great movement, check out goodmengreat.com to get into contact. If you have a topic for the show or would like to be a guest on the air, please email producers at miranda@noirtainment.com. That's Miranda, Miranda, at noirtainment, noirtainment.com. Thank you, and always keep inspiring change.